West Ham 2, Man City 2. Am I disappointed? Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I relieved to not lose the game? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, because we were staring down the barrel of an enormous defeat. And I don't know how we find ourselves in these type of situations. And it happens very often, you know what I'm saying? For a top team, when we get beaten, it's the same method, basically. With the exception of maybe the Real Madrid loss, where we're ahead and we allowed them to come back. That was some brilliant football by Real Madrid. But look, for West Ham, it was nothing pretty. The aesthetic values, very low. And they don't care about that. They really don't care. Because if you have to beat a team, a top team like Man City, you have to graft, you have to grind, you have to put your bodies on the line. And this is what West Ham did. And they picked up a draw. It almost felt like a win, because if you had promised David Moyes and West Ham a point before the game started, they would have probably taken it. They have been a very good team this season. They've been inconsistent, in that they were in the Europa League and the focus kind of shifted towards winning that competition. But they've beaten all the top teams this season. They've beaten Spurs, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Liverpool, Leicester, Man United, Manchester City. Didn't beat Arsenal, but that's a great achievement for West Ham, though. You see what I'm saying? This is David Moyes' West Ham. One of the most improved teams in the league. And they will go on to complete successive top 7 finishes for the first ever time, if I could recall, in the Premier League era. So it's a great achievement what they've done. And to come into this game needing, let's say, 6 points to better Man United and finish 6th in a Europa League spot, I think they did well enough to pick up 1. Because there is a scenario right now for West Ham where if they do win their final game against Brighton and Man United fail to beat Crystal Palace, then West Ham gets that Europa League spot. And as a City fan, I know it's not the topic right now that we're talking about. I hope it happens. You know what I'm saying? A big part of me hope it does happen. And United could be in the Europa Conference League this season. Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo playing Europa Conference League. And the only team that could make that happen is West Ham United. That's the point I'm trying to make here. They weren't pretty, but they had a game plan. Their game plan was to stay compact, and they would frustrate Manchester City, not allow them to do their thing and break on the counter. And that's exactly what they did, with Jared Bowen just hanging out on the shoulder of that defensive line, that high defensive line that Manchester City always play with. And the defense is not the ideal defense that we went into this match with. We have Fernandinho, 37-year-old Fernandinho, playing as a center half. And if he had a bit of pace, that would have been about 5, 6, 7 years ago. He's not the fastest right now. And he is still very clever, but that's what he got going for him. And we started the game well. They scored in the 24th minute. So up until that point, we were pretty much dominating the game. It was complete dominance. And then out of nowhere, that aerial ball and the header won, because, you know, Man City is not a very tall team. The header won, and that ball flicked on immediately by Pablo Fornals and Jared Bowen getting in behind. And we don't have much. When you don't have Kyle Walker in the defense, the pace is not there. You see what I'm saying? The pace isn't there. I know João Cancelo does have a little bit, but he is not overly quick as a Kyle Walker, right? Jared Bowen getting in behind, Edison coming out. I think Edison did a good job to throw him off. But Bowen, man, 10 goals, 10 assists, now has 12 goals. That's a great season, man. And he's definitely showing that he could garner some interest from a top 6 Premier League team. And West Ham could be top 6, but that typical, top 6, you're talking about Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Man City, or United. I won't be surprised if he goes, he garners some interest from United, though, you know what I mean? But West Ham is showing that they could be a team that could actually compete. So I don't think he would want to actually move on, you know what I mean? Maybe, but, you know what I mean? You never know with these players. But he'll be expensive because that was a good goal. That was a very good goal. And it showed our defensive frailty in the game where we held possession very well. And I think that would have been our strength, to hold possession and not allow them to do their thing. And we did that very well in the game. But for some reason, they still managed to get behind, man. Still managed to get behind. And they did so twice, even before we had any real clear-cut chance on goal. I think Jesus had a snapshot that he put wide. Those got to go in. You see what I'm saying? Those definitely got to go in. But they were compact, a lot of blocks, you know what I'm saying? They didn't allow us to take these shots. They kept Kevin De Bruyne rather quiet, I think. Jack Grealish did give them a little bit of trouble. Commend Grealish for that. But I was at work while watching this game, and this whole first half was like a blur because after they scored, I could remember myself being very calm. I was very calm, I was at work, and I was like, yeah, we come back in this game. I'm not going to worry about going 1-0 down. But then I had something to do. I had my earpiece in, and I went too far away from the phone, and I kind of lost connection, and I was outside doing something. And I was like, God damn, I hope when I get back in, it only took about 5 minutes. I hope when I get back in my pickup, they don't score a second. And that is exactly what happened. The Jared Bowen goal, Mikel Antonio with the flick on, same situation like the first goal. He was on the shoulder of the defensive line, kept his run, got him behind, and nutmeg Fernandinho to get past Edison. We could criticize Edison and say he could do better than that, but I think he was a bit blinded by the defender. And West Ham 2-0 up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, we are staring down the barrel of defeat right now. And a 2-0 advantage is one of the most vulnerable. And, with one goal, you get back in the game. And I trusted that the boys would do exactly that. I know that the Liverpool fans are watching this game and they were having a party. You see what I'm saying? They must have been celebrating. 2-0, West Ham, that looked like a sure defeat for Man City. But what City had going for them was the superior goal difference. But with Liverpool playing Southampton, anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? Southampton Cup 6 already this season, 9 across the last 2 seasons as well. So if Liverpool, let's say City had lost the game, Liverpool went to Southampton, destroyed them, get back in the lead in terms of the goal difference, and needed only a win against Wolves on the last match day. See what I'm saying? It would have been disaster. But look, Pep did what he had to do. The boys, came back out a bit earlier, and they showed the intent from the beginning of the second half. So we could say that this was a game of two halves. Even though City dominated possession with 79% throughout the whole game, West Ham only able to muster about almost 200 passes. With City, a 91 pass accuracy, 91%, which was ridiculous. They held a lot of the ball, but West Ham, you got to commend them for just keeping their shape and staying in the game. Because with Man City coming at you like that, you're most likely to lose. And West Ham should have gone on to lose the game, but then credit goes to the goalkeeper Fabianski as well. But we're going a little bit ahead of ourselves. Grealish. Jack Grealish. he deserved that goal. You know, some people may come out, I saw, you know, I was going back and forth with a Liverpool fan on Twitter, where he came out and he said that we got lucky with the goals. And I'm like, of course you need to have luck. You're going to need some luck going your way. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to come outside and, you know, go out there on the field and everything is going to be 100% perfect. You need a little bit of luck. You need a deflection. You need a handball. You need a poor refereeing decision to maybe go your way. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we had some of that going for us under there. We needed that. When the going gets tough, sometimes you need a bit of luck. So Grealish, good volley, deflected, went past Fabianski, back in the game. You know what I'm saying? And that happened in the 49th minute, so the intent was clear. A few other, you know, chances. Gabriel Jesus, I think, was very good. He created a couple more chances for himself. Good footwork. Mars had a shot saved, you know, and then the free kick came in and headed into the back of the net by Vladimir Kufal. And unfortunate for West Ham, they relinquished the 2-0 lead. But come on, with the way we were playing, it was, you know, it was expected for us to get back in the game. It felt good. And at that point, I felt like we were going to win the game with 20 minutes to go. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus, with his good footwork and everything, got in behind. I think that was Zinchenko with the ball, and it just frustrates the hell out of me, man. Riyad Mahrez, man, he just keeps letting us down from the penalty spot. He did a couple times against Liverpool and, you know, missed a couple big chances. Even in the Real Madrid game, hit the post, should have scored. You know, I know he scored in the second leg and all, but still, man, Mahrez, you got to do better than this, man. You got to do better than this. And it's quite frustrating, seriously. It's quite frustrating that we had a window of opportunity to win the game. I predicted a 4-2 win for City. I felt like it was going to happen. I felt like that was going to happen. And kudos to Fabianski, though, for that save, because it was at a kind of awkward height and he able to get his hand up and save it. But Kevin De Bruyne, you had to take that penalty. You had to take the penalty. You had to step up and say, listen, anything, I'm going to take the brunt of whatever. I'm going to take the penalty. If I miss, I'll take the J's and whatnot. I'll be the scapegoat if I miss, right? Mahrez. I know he's been a designated penalty taker, but at the moment there, Kevin De Bruyne had to step up with what he did in the previous game, scoring 4. He had to step up, and I'm disappointed that he didn't demand that penalty and go up and put it away to give us that 3 points. We would have virtually won and sealed the title with a win. Bernardo did get a good shot saved, you know, by Fabianski as well. And the chances just dried up, man. Got to give it to West Ham, because they could have gone on to win that game as well. You see what I'm saying? Jared Bowen could have got a hat-trick. That deflection off of Laporte's leg that went wide, and I think there was another chance. Jared Bowen was damn good on the day, man. With his few opportunities, he was damn good. I don't think Jared Bowen had 20 touches in the game, the entirety of the game, you know? But whenever he had the opportunities, it was good. Another big moment in the game, Fernandinho's back pass. Mikel Antonio should have scored. We were lucky. When I said we were lucky not to lose this game, we were lucky. You see what I mean? So, look, 31 shots, 8 on target. You got to give it to West Ham. 79% of the ball. You got to give it to West Ham. You definitely got to give it to West Ham, man. 79% of the ball. You see? West Ham with 6 shots, 2 on target. Those 2 in the back of the net. We're lucky. We are lucky, I'm telling you. Very, very lucky to get a point. Very lucky. So, yeah, man. 90 points for City. A win against Aston Villa is all it takes. A draw won't be good enough. If we draw the game, we lose the title. We come in second. Because Liverpool, they play Southampton tomorrow. I think they're going to win. They play Wolves. They're not going to lose these games. They're not going to lose these games. There's a possibility, but they're not going to lose the games, man. So, look, I'm happy that we came back and we got a point. Pep must be relieved as well, but at the same time, disappointing. You know, we just want to do things the hard way this season. This is the only thing we could win. Can't screw this up. We can't screw this up. So, guys, I'm your boy Dom. Kudos to West Ham. You know, all the best in their last game. I hope they could get that Europa League spot. But for us, we almost blew it. We literally almost blew the title. Literally. See what I'm saying? Well, if we lost, we would have been still have a little edge, but you never know what Liverpool are going to do against Southampton. You may be watching this after the Southampton game and be like, okay, it's okay, Dom. But still, man, still, we're giving Liverpool fans way too much hope here. See what I mean? We had this title wrapped, and look at this. But guys, I'm your boy Dom. Just wanted to give my thoughts. I don't want to go on longer. So subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video if you like it. And another thing, Pep, no substitutions. I think he could have made a couple subs, Foden, Sterling, Gundogan, and maybe change the game. Maybe give West Ham a different dynamic to deal with, but he didn't. But it is what it is, man. A point gained, and you got to look at it like that and not 2 points dropped, okay? So, guys, subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And from your boy, Dom, until next time, peace out. Rich. Squad.